we're really proud of this win because we had to earn it, and we knew that we would have to here. And I don't get caught up in people's records as much as you look at what they're capable of. You look at their potential, and they have that. Richard is an excellent coach. I mean, there's no question about that. And we didn't have a great start, but it wasn't because we weren't prepared, and it wasn't because we took it for granted. We took too many jump shots to start. And we have to establish our game for us, to establish it through the paint. And then we had some turnovers. They got some baskets in transition. They got some fouls in transition, which is where they're best. And then we settled in. Certainly Nick Zeisloff had a lot to do with that. But we knew we were playing a very aggressive, dangerous team. And a team that they're young in certain spots, obviously. But they're going to win. I don't have any doubt about that, and it just didn't want it to be today. So to us, we're really proud of this win because we found different ways. We grew up inside of the game. I thought our leadership, especially led by our seniors and juniors, was tremendous in this game. We played over some mistakes. We had guys get better inside of the game, in the side of playing over the mistakes. We kept them off the offensive glass for the most part, which was huge. We played through the foul difference, which to win on the road and to have that fewer free throws, and especially when we're getting fouled at the end, that's big for us. But really the leadership and the response of the seniors was huge. And Max and Nick did a great job. Troy's leadership, especially when it wasn't going well for him, and his leadership in the huddles was tremendous, and Yogi led the whole day. So to me as a coach, that's when you feel really good about the progress. You know it could have been played better, but I'm not sure they could have led better. And it's as far as today. I mean, obviously I'll feel different tomorrow. We'll have to lead even better on Tuesday night. But really proud of the way that they responded when it wasn't going well for us offensively. And then Nick certainly lit everybody up for us. Because our guys, obviously it's 3 points on the scoreboard, but when our guys see him make shots, that's a big thing to them. Because we don't treat Nick like he's the kicker and go stand off on the side and just get ready to do your thing. I mean, we coach him. His teammates know that we need him. Obviously he hadn't been shooting it great in the games, but he spent a lot of time at it, and it was great to see that first one go in for him, and his confidence just grew, and I think our team's confidence grew because of it. So we're excited to get this victory and have a short turnaround before we play Illinois on Tuesday night.
Mike, Tom, do you sense maybe James's injury maybe being a motivating factor for Yogi? Do you sense him maybe trying to do a little more shoulder a little more since James went out?
No, I think it's like today. They played a little different defensively. I mean, they did a good job of sagging, and they didn't guard some of our guys, especially in the first half. They made the lane tougher to get into. And so what happens inside of that is Yogi's got to figure it out, right? Especially when we had some other guys not making shots. And we've got to be able to get through the paint, whether it's the post-up or the drive. No, Yogi's aggressive. I think the biggest problem, James scored 24 against Minnesota a year ago. He had a third of our threes in that game, and we missed that spacing. And everybody else gets a different matchup because James isn't in there. But I don't think that's, in my mind, we don't talk about a guy having to do more. We talk about the ball moving even better. And I think once we figured out that which sounds very simple, and sometimes in games it's hard, one less dribble, one more pass. And the more that you do that, because every game is giving you something, and we felt there was something there in this game that if we were patient with our spacing, we would get it, and we did. And it's not going to happen off the initial pass or off the initial side or even in the break. You got to move it. And I think when guys start thinking they have to do too much is when you run into problems, and we don't want to do that.
Yogi's never been afraid, I guess, of stepping up for big shots, but this is the second time in 3 games it's felt like the last 90 seconds maybe of a close win, when some other guys, as you said, weren't shooting well, really kind of belonged to him. How new is that to his game? I know he's had big moments, but just that ability to kind of control both ends in the last minute, 2 minutes.
I don't know. I don't look at it like that. He's played so much basketball. He's 1 assist away from being tied for the lead, and 2 from being the all-time leader. He makes great passes. His decision making is good. I've always said he's a great defender, and I don't know if that's different. He's playing with a lot of confidence, and his teammates have a lot of confidence in him because he has a lot of confidence in them.
BFL gave you a real lift when you were really struggling in the first 5 or 6 minutes. Just seems to have the luxury with this team to have two guys like Nick and Max with all that experience in a game like this.
It's key. I mean, it really is, because they improve. And when we signed both of them, we knew there was a lot of level of improvement that could be made with them. And then it's a matter of making it. It's a matter of them buying into that improvement and spending that time doing it, and they do. And Max has had a good week. We did not have an overly taxing week. We did not have an overly physical week. We had a lot of improvement inside of the week. Didn't look like that at times, but it will. And so he's improving all the time in all different aspects, as is Nick, and we're fortunate to have both of them.
What's the thing of Joey King today?
He was outstanding, but I mean, we prepared for that. When we went for a shot fake, I made a quick sub, because you don't want to go for a shot fake. You want to stay attached to him. We had to figure it out a little bit, because they did a great job of moving him around. And I thought Colin Hartman did a good job in the start of the second half when they started him basically in the inside position. And he's good. I mean, he's really good, because he can keep backing up, because he can get fouled. You know, obviously it's a shock when he misses one, you know, like he missed a couple today, then he misses a free throw. But he's tough, and he's one of the tougher matchups, because I think he's one of the tougher players in our league. And Murphy is going to be ridiculously good. I mean, there's no question about that. So those two did a really good job of playing off each other. I thought Konate moved as well as he's moved, you know, in the games that I've watched at the Big Ten. I mean, as far as like covering ground. And we weren't always in the right position. So I think their front line is going to be fine. But I think Joey King, obviously, he creates matchups, because he's very strong for guards, and he's very quick and can keep backing up for big guys, and you've got to be very alert to where he's at all times.
It looked like OG might have taken an elbow or something. How's he doing?
He did. They cleared him, though. They cleared him, so he was able to finish the game. So they took him back in, looked at him, did what they had to do, and he was back. So I think he's fine. He was fine in the locker room. So I didn't get any other update that there was anything more with it.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you.